Happy Tuesday to everyone, and welcome to Chat T. Charles. Make sure you guys join us every Tuesday where guys are just talking real talk about life issues, relationships, and everything that you could possibly think about. Today's subject, dating apps. Are they really for dating? Which is always a good question. Apps, some of us have used them, some of us know people that have used them, and some of us just are old-fashioned and go out to the bars to meet people. Well, we are living in a different era of technology now, as we all know, over the course of this past decade. Now, we all know that a lot of dating apps were specifically targeted to certain audiences. There used to be times where some of these dating sites did not even have it for the LGBTQ community. I used to go on some of these sites and it'd be men looking for women and women looking for men, and that was it. Now we are in an age of equality, so we have seen a lot of these apps change over the course of the past couple of years, so that now they are, I like to say, gender fluid for everyone, and they give you the options to select what you are looking for. So that's good. We've gotten past that bias now, and we are moving forward. Now, as far as these dating apps, there are so many out there, guys. I mean, there's some for men, there's some for women, there's some for the LGBTQ community, but in all retrospect, to be honest, I think all the dating apps, it doesn't matter LGBTQ, doesn't matter straight, doesn't matter bi, whatever, because everyone's on every app. It doesn't matter. So, with that being said, I wanted to name a couple apps. I'll get to the top apps more later in the episode, but I do want to talk about a few apps. I know a lot of people are mainly familiar with the Bumble app, Tinder, Match, Zeus, OkCupid, Grindr, Scruff, and even eHarmony. Now, we know that people have opened their lives and their worlds to the new digital dating board. That's what they call it. But it is designed for those people that are too busy. They don't have time to go out after work, or they have a very busy life, active lifestyle, or they're just over going to the bars and the clubs because it's just not their scene anymore. Like for me, for instance, I like to go out to the bars and the clubs occasionally for like meeting up with friends I haven't seen in a while, a group setting, but we will be in an area that is, kind of not secluded, but at least roped off, so that way we can sit and enjoy ourselves and not have to deal with the hustle bustle of the crowds, because I do not do crowds. That's another story. But we are going to go ahead and get into some of these apps now. I know that I have tried Bumble before, and Bumble, at first, when they first launched that app, it was all right, but then it got more geared to literally the women have to start the conversation with the guys. If you are same-sex orient, then anyone can start the conversation with one another. But I did not like Bumble because I felt that Bumble was literally trying to just get some money out of my pocket. And I felt that, really, if I have a match and people are matching me, why can't I see them? Why can't I see the matches? It wouldn't even allow me to see one match, two match. They want me to pay to see these matches. Unacceptable. I'm not about to pay to see something that I'm probably not going to be interested in. So, I was over that. Now, I know a lot of gay men are very familiar with the app called Grindr, and I'm going to go ahead and lump in there Scruff as well. So, Grindr, I don't know, to be honest, if it was ever supposed to be strictly a dating site. Do you? That's a good question. Because I remember when Grindr first launched, and yes, it was a good way to meet people. I thought it was a great app for a lot of people that were moving to whatever city they may be going to. They might be now openly gay, they may be closeted, they might be coming out, or they just might want to find a group or friends, to associate with, to find their social circle, so they can find people that are just like them, so they can feel comfortable where they're living. Now, I know that Grindr is a great source, as well as Scruff, to meet people when you are traveling to areas and you don't know anything about, the destination. Like, I know that a lot of places don't, online list their LGBTQ preferences or spots and locations or events and stuff to do, depending upon the region of the world you're in. So it is always good to have that Grindr and that Scruff app, because you can see people that are going to be in the local area ahead of time. You can connect with people before you even take that trip to that destination you're going. You can kind of like look at the calendar of events that's going on there. You can also now find, LGBTQ friendly resorts to stay at, places to go, places to eat, etc., which is great. So as far as having another outlet and a source for the LGBTQ community to stay connected and keep each other safe, those are great apps. Then the Grindr and the Scruff do work very, very well for that. I definitely used it when I was traveling, when I went to Thailand in 2019 in the spring. Ahead of time I made some connections, and I ended up meeting two of those people that I made connections with here in America over in Thailand, hung out with them, and I have some great friends now that I've had for over a year that I met over in Thailand. And those people were originally from Russia, and we all met in Thailand, and we're all great friends now due to those apps. So it does have its perks. So there are things you can take from the app that are good, and there are things you can take from the app that may not be so good. So let's talk about what may not be so good. All right. Well, good luck to the rest of the people nowadays, I would say, trying to find your true love on Grindr or Scruff. I mean, I do know a few success stories from like maybe 2-3 years plus ago. I haven't heard any new current ones, but there's millions of people in the world, so I'm not always there to know who's falling in love on this app. But you get my point anyway. But I have found this app, Grindr and Scruff, to be more now of a hookup app. It's more like put your picture on there, be evaluated, be judged, and see who's going to tap you, send you a message, send you little double horns, whatever. And the message we all know, and we're all tired of seeing, sup. Seriously, it's definitely not being used to meet quality people. Not saying that there aren't quality people on there still trying to fall in love or find Mr. or Mrs. Right, because I'm on there for that reason. But also, sometimes you get a little frisky and you might need a little loving, so you can go on there for more than one purpose, which I found myself doing. Not as often as many people I know, because some people seem to never close that app. That is the Scruff app or the Grindr app. But that's their business, none of mine. But in my search to find the next perfect person, I've not used Scruff nor Grindr for those effects to find that. That is more of, if you want to fall in love in the LGBTQ community, then you need to use a different dating source that is not an app, and it's most likely something that's going to have to be outsourced outside of an app, So again, I might have to do your research, or I might have a few suggestions for you on my page later on this week. I will not share my dating service that I use personally for matching me with potential partners because I don't want to taint it. No offense. All right, so we talked about Grindr and Scruff, and we know the main purpose for them are hooking up. So if you want to hook up with someone, go right ahead. Also, it has changes. Nobody's judging you unless some private photos come into your private DMs and someone decides to screenshot them and put them online to expose to the rest of the world. Then you have a problem. So don't end up in that position, guys. I've seen it happen to way too many folks. Don't be one of them. All right, so let's move on. Number one dating app for 2020 is actually Tinder, guys. It is one of the most famous dating apps, and it does have the most successful relationships and actual marriages, But over time, like I said, some of these dating apps end up becoming hookup apps. And I do recall being on Tinder. I actually went to the opening launch party for Tinder. And I remember all the profiles that people were putting on there, or actually the people that were at the event, so that was good. You were getting real life people, even though all the pictures in their profiles were professional model pictures. So you think, is this a real person, or are these people too good for me, or whatever? There's a lot of feelings and biases people have against Tinder as far as some of the profile pictures that do get approved versus some that don't get approved. So that's a whole nother topic that I'm not interested in because I honestly do not use Tinder anymore. But Tinder is still out there, guys. Now, the new difference in Tinder is it does not have to be linked to your Facebook account anymore, which is good. But it will show your name, your photo. It gives you up to 6 pictures. It allows you to connect with your Instagram account to share more information and share more pictures. You also get to set multiple preferences, like who you see in your searches and who you don't want to see you. And then if you think someone's cute or might have found a potential match, then you swipe to the right to like them. And if you think they're not the one or just, oh no, then you swipe to the left. And that just basically throws them away, throws them in the trash. But don't be shocked if you see them pop back up because they always pop back up in there. Now, they also do give you something called super likes, but they are limited. They are limited, I think, per day that you go on the app. Now, in order to get all the features of the Tinder app, yes, it does require a purchase. And I believe it's around $8 a month for that subscription. So, yeah, if you're down to pay for that, $8 a month, I know they probably have a year special where you can get it for less expensive. I believe maybe 6 months, $30. The one thing about that is when you do purchase, you get unlimited amount of swipes, and you get to open up more features. You get to see more pictures. It's a little bit better, and it's a little bit more secure, I think, because you're getting more real people, honest people, and you're not getting, like, what do they say? The bottom of the basket, the bottom feeders, as some would put it. But it's cool because no one has to connect with unwedded people just because you and another member match. Just because you share an interest in one another does not mean you have to talk. Now, you can, and that's the only way you guys will be able to talk is once you share an interest with someone else and they share an interest with you and you match up, it opens up the platform for you all to be able to message one another. Versus on Bumble, male and female, the girl must initiate the conversation within 24 hours. So they give you a time limit, but she must initiate the conversation, not the male. Sure, if everyone knows that Facebook has decided to join the dating game. Yes, they have. If you guys been wondering what some of these new icons and stuff are on your Facebook app, on your mobile device, or on your smart device, or your little pads out there. Yes, that little heart there represents dating. Not how many people love you, not how many people have liked a picture, but it represents dating. If you don't see that app, it's because it's not activated on your Facebook yet, which you have the option to do that, which is really, 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 really easy to set your preference. Doing that, it's just the top right icon at the top of the Facebook page. You just want to click on that. And once you click on that menu icon in the upper right side of Facebook app, it'll get you started and allow you to set up your profile, pictures, etc., etc. It's very self-explanatory, very easy. So basically, once you start getting matches on the Facebook dating app, you're basically going to tap the heart-shaped icon to see who likes you, who your matches are, and also to search different profiles. Now, I do know daily I do get anywhere from 30 to 45 likes, meaning 30 to 45 people like you. And when I clicked on my profile, they like me, and it's usually like one or two out of those 30, 35 that I'll be like, okay, not bad, and I'll like them back. So eventually in the system, after it's going through all these different matches and you match up with people, then it'll allow the conversation to happen. The one thing that's cool about it is they do have icebreakers that they throw in there. It allows you to select the icebreaker to get the conversation kind of rolling, for those shy people or just, people who just don't know what to say to get a conversation going, which is a lot of us in the world. A lot of us don't have that talent to go ahead and be brave enough to just open our mouths and say hello. So that's what the icebreakers are there for. So that's for those people who need that. The other thing about Facebook is great because you don't have to download a separate app. It's already included with your Facebook app. The good thing about it too is if you consider Facebook, think about this. It already knows everything about you in your life. It knows your interests, your likes, your social calendar, who your family is, who your friends are, where you were in this day and this year. So it could pretty much be a great platform to help you find that perfect partner. You think? I mean, look at all the other stuff we're doing on Facebook. With our stories we're sharing, Facebook TV, different pages, the social rooms that we can join, the groups we can join. It's definitely probably a better source because it has more information about you that you've been putting in over a course of Lord knows how many years. And to be honest, I would kind of be tired of putting my information into other platforms and other sources because I feel like that's just putting your information into too many servers, into too many computer systems, and that leaves you vulnerable for fraud. So your stuff's already there on Facebook, so why not use that platform that it's giving you for free? Now, I would say the pros also for Facebook is you could connect with someone who knows one of your friends. That's the cool thing. It allows you to get connections through social events you might have been to, your friends groups, pages, affiliates, which is good because I know that if I matched up with somebody and I wanted more information besides what a computer was telling me online, because you can basically write anything you want, I could look down and say, oh my God, look, we have 10 mutual friends. I'm going to contact every 10 of those friends and ask them the same question and seek the information I need about the potential partner. So it's good because it kind of keeps your network together, which is kind of cool because we all know that you don't want to date someone that your friends don't approve of. That is a whole nother conversation. So that is definitely a pro for the Facebook dating app. The one thing that's also good about that is you can set your preferences, or you can get likes from people totally not on your level or your radar. I like that too, because you can select the age range, you can go as far as select the height, all that stuff. Now, unlike some other apps I've seen, thank God Facebook isn't stupid enough to have you select your preference of race, because that's just terrible. You shouldn't be able to select a preference of race. So kudos to you for that, Facebook. Kudos for that. Now, Facebook dating app is the interaction that you get between the messages from the actual people that you pair with has been better interaction than I've ever received on any dating app. I use the icebreakers maybe once or twice, but, I'm the kind of person that can start a conversation with anyone, so I don't really need an icebreaker. But I've had some actually really deep conversations, very good potential partners, meaningful conversations, and, got to learn stuff about people as they got to learn stuff about me too, versus a Grindr or a Scruff with the sup. What you doing? Or basically, what are you doing? Looking for right now, want to get your pants, travel, host, into. That's basically your key lines for the Grindr and Scruff app. That does not happen on Facebook. So I find with the Facebook dating app, you do find more genuine people. So that is a plus for those people who are really, really, really not trying to have those sup messages or naked pictures sent to them without consent. Yeah, not fun. All right, guys. So so as we know, number one we said was Tinder. And we talked about Grindr already, and we've already talked about Scruff. Number two is the Facebook dating app that we spoke about. Coming in at number three, guys, eHarmony. And then Grindr, I'm going to put Scruff with Grindr. So Grindr and Scruff are coming in at number 4 for the LGBTQ community. Number 4 total on the entire dating app list. But number 4 is Grindr and Scruff. Coming in at number 5 is OkCupid. Coming in at number 6 is an app called Ship. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of it, but I'm going to break it down for you really quick because it's actually dating made fun. Did I just say dating made fun? I did. Dating made fun, guys. Why is it dating made fun? Okay, well, first off, we all know our group of friends, and we all know how our friends act when we are with someone we are dating. We know how they are when we're not with someone dating. We know how our friends just like to be in our business because when they're happy, they claim they want to see you happy. They just want to be all up in your business. We know that. Come on now. Or they want to know that their life's better than yours and that you're miserable. In some cases. Not the cases with my friends, because my friends, we all do for one another, because that's what real friendship is. But anyways, so these shady friends, or just friends who are always up in your business, here is something for you. Yes, Ship, the app. So you can have your friends and your family get along with your partner when it's time to meet them. So this guilt-free app is for the non-single people, so they can't get in trouble for downloading this. Just so you know, this app allows them to go ahead and select people for you, and also approve and comment and all the good stuff about your potential matches. See, in Ship, your friends can suggest the potential matches. They can invite people to join your crew. That's what they call it, your crew. And they can check out the potentials and let you know what they really do think. Or if you're a friend that plays matchmaker, search on your friend's behalf and you can send them all of your approved suitors. So that's pretty dope, right? Being able to send your friend a bunch of suitors that you think are good for them, it definitely beats a blind date. And I definitely check this app out for some of my friends, because the people they select, I don't know. Let's just say no more friends getting divorced in 2020 and on, hopefully. The one thing about this, it takes the worry out of the first meeting and interactions, as I said, with family and friends. So it's kind of like your friends have an inclination of who this person is you're bringing to dinner or to wherever you're meeting your friends. And it makes it a lot easier for an icebreaker. You don't have to explain too much to your friends about how you met, because obviously they know, because they were part of putting people into that crew section on the ship app. So it allows them to feel like they're important and they got to make some very important decision in your love life, because they all want to feel like they made some kind of important decisions in your life. Well, my friends know better than that, because we'll just leave it at that. So yes, Ship is actually a really good one, guys. So I definitely suggest checking that out for those nosy friends, or those friends who are ready to take their other friend out but not be the third wheel. That's the app for you guys. Ship. Just how it sounds. SHIP. Dating made fun again. All right. Next in 9. This will be number, 7 is one called Taste Buds. Now, this dating app is a little different, because what it does, it matches people's interests with the music you like and music you listen to, music. And then, obviously, you can message and get more information, but it pairs people according to the music that you listen to. Well, I listen to every single genre, so that is not an app for me. Pass. But for those people who are music lovers and you may not know your type, check it out. Why not? Can't hurt. The next one is called Coffee Meets Bagel. Now, Coffee Meets Bagel is for slower paced users, but it does give you a lot more preferences, but it slows it down a little bit. You won't be getting as many matches as you do on the other apps, so it paces you slow. So maybe that's good for beginners who are new to the whole dating world. This might be something you might want to try, especially if you have a busy schedule. This might, less frequent the notifications that you'll receive for matches. There's another app. It's just like Tinder, and it's called Hinge. It's just not very well known, so that's why it's not top of the charts, but it is on the chart. Hinge, Hinge, just like Tinder. Now, there is another one called Raya. It is spelled Raya. Raya actually takes an application, and it takes time to process to get approved to be a member on this dating app. And if approved, there are different memberships you can purchase. I know the least expensive one starts at $8 a month. If you pre-purchase 6 months, I believe it's $30 total. But this is definitely a screening process for the application. It can take anywhere from a couple days to a couple weeks to actually get approved to get on the site. So if you're not in a rush to find someone, but you want something more exclusive, this would be an app that you might want to check out. Again, Raya, Raya. And also, I do want to let you know that after you do apply and they process your application and then you pay your subscription fee, it's going to require a referral from somebody who is using the app, somebody on the dating site using the app. It does require a referral additionally to that application that is being processed over that time to approve you. So if you ain't got the time, you ain't got the patience, then I would just move on and try one of the other many apps. Now, we all know Match. We've seen the commercials. We've dealt with the stories in the news about Match not being equal dating service because at one point it did not service the LGBTQ community, which it does. It now does. It has for the past couple of years. So Match is back on there as one of the top contending apps. You do know Match does require a membership fee. I'm not sure their subscription fee, but it does monthly require a fee. And with Match, you are matched up with people, and you actually have somebody who is arranging your dates for you. So it's not just using the app. You actually have a live person somewhere, some office, trying to make that connection for you. So that's good, because you have someone being hands-on besides just using an app. And these people are all verified, may I remind you. Then that comes down to Bumble, which we've already talked about. Bumble, which is next on the list. And then there is another app that is called Happen. Happn. Check that out. Not as popular as Bumble and Tinder, but it's right around the same platform. There's also one, and this is the last one on the list. I'm sorry, this is the second last one on the list. The second last one on the list is Plenty of Fish. Again, check it out. Very similar to Bumble, Tinder, happening. The last one on the list, now, this one is called The League. The League, right? That are knowing everything about everyone, like me. If you're a person who does background checks on people, then this is the dating app for you. It's called The League, just how it sounds. And it's $99 a month. And everything is verified as far as career, educational background. I got your social security. I got your birthday. I got your mom's social security. I'm just kidding. It does not give out social security numbers, but it does verify and do background checks on potential suitors for yourself, which is always good because nobody's trying to find any type of surprise when you're dating somebody. Had it happened before, that's a whole nother story, y'all. So if you can afford to pay that $99 a month to be a very exclusive member of the league, to have background checks performed on all your potential suitors and matches, that's good. Now, it does get information from links, so it does tell your career, your educational background, I repeat, your history. So if there's some things in your past you wish not to share because you altered your life in a better way, this may not be the app for you. So I suggest, with all these apps I've given you suggestions for, you guys definitely need to select one very, very carefully. Find out which one's the right one for you. And before signing up, always do your due diligence and research each app. And please read the small print, which would be the terms and conditions. Because a lot of people don't read that and find themselves paying for something they didn't know they were going to have to pay for. Yeah, not fun. Not cool. On my show today, unfortunately, my guest is under the weather and not able to join us. So I will try to schedule her for another show on a different topic. So with that, we are going to be moving on. And when I say moving on, I mean moving on. Let's talk about guys and girls. Please be very vigilant of people stealing people's identity, pictures, and profile, and creating a fake profile in order to lure you in to their disbelief. a lot of people have been doing this and getting scammed. A lot of scammers lead you on to believe that you're going to meet them one day, that you're falling in love, and over time you're going to develop this relationship from messaging one another, and that you'll have the potential of one day meeting them, whether it's at an airport when they're coming home from serving their country and doing their service. This is false, y'all. Do not fall for it. Like I said, people are scammers. There are catfish and catfishers out there. Now, let me tell you, I learned my lesson the hard way a few years ago when I was having a great conversation with someone for about 2 months. I thought he was a service member in the United States Army. Well, let me tell you that with all the chatting back and forth, it seemed very surreal. And, we chatted multiple times during the day, exchanged pictures, voice on the phone and all that. But then after the second month, I kind of got suspicious when he had mentioned that he couldn't listen to certain music on iTunes because they couldn't download music on their phones, which I was like, I know that people in the Army have personal cell phones. They're not all, government issued, because my best friend in the entire world and a couple other of my friends are in the Army, and I call them on their personal phones all the time. And they can FaceTime me whenever, they have free time. So this started seeming shady to me. Sure enough, did a picture lookup with some research. My roommate, help from my roommate, he was able to find the guy, and I found the correct real person who lived in D.C., sent him the information, and let him know that he was being catfished, and I was thanked for that. Didn't do anything for the feelings that I developed over those 2 months, but hey, took another 2 months to get over that. But I learned my lesson, and I'm very, very online vigilant now. And I always ask for a second opinion from my roommate who gets catfished. Like literally every other month. Literally, somebody just requests to be my friend on my page using his picture. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, that makes you popular. I guess you're popular. I guess he is, because it really does happen like on every app. Grindr, Scruff, Facebook, and you name it, it happens. So kudos to you. I wish I was catfished like that. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys today with 10 rules to online dating. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Yes, 10 rules to online dating. I'm giving credit to Olivia Petter for Independent Magazine for the 10 Commandments of online dating. Her research has shown us these 10 commandments, and here they are as follows. Number 1, don't say things that you don't mean. Well, what does that mean, people are saying? That means, guys, don't over-compliment someone or give them fake hopes. Like, example, saying to someone, your eyes are more beautiful than the ocean. I could swim in your love forever. Stuff like that. You get the point. Buttering people up so early in a conversation. I haven't met you face to face. We haven't exchanged more than 2 paragraphs. And you're starting to say things to me, and I don't even know you, and you're complimenting me. Yes, that you need to be aware of. So don't say things that you don't mean, number 1. Number 2, just spoke about. Don't be a catfish or kitten fishing. Lies, lies, lies. That's all I have to say. Just be you guys and be truthful. And don't exaggerate your personal details. I'm talking your height, your hair color of your eyes, and etc. I don't need to go on. Y'all know what you exaggerate. Don't do it. Don't do it. Number 3, I don't know Why people don't understand this. This is just etiquette. Emojis are not how you start a conversation or how you leave an impression with someone new. What are we, kids? Do we not have emotions that we need to use emojis? Don't ever start a sentence or end a sentence with an emoji, especially to someone who doesn't know you. It's different if it's like your best friend or your crew and you're having a conversation, you're sending emojis, but you guys get the reference and you know what you're talking about. So it's cool. But when you're doing that with someone new, they don't know what you're talking about. And it makes you look very shallow. It's like you have no life. You're not interesting. You can't come up with your own things to say. That's not good. That is a dating no-no. So no emojis. Starting a conversation. Number 4. Don't keep people waiting on hold. What does that mean? That means don't keep people waiting for your messages. You're not desperate. You're on a mission for compatibility, and timing is everything. Okay? Remember, dating is a numbers game. It is all a numbers game, especially when you have all these dating apps. So don't delay messaging someone because you're thinking in your head, I don't want to seem desperate. I don't want to seem over anxious. Feelings are feelings. The way you feel is how you express yourself. So if there's something you need to say, express yourself. Don't hold off from sending that message, because that's how you separate the people in your entire little bubble that you're interested in. And that's how you go through weeding them out. Come on, y'all. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Just think. Don't keep people waiting for a message, because y'all know you hate waiting for a message too, because I'll be damn, I hate when I see those little dots when I'm messaging someone and you're waiting and waiting. And the worst part is when you see those dots and then they disappear and no message at all. Oh, that really gets me. I'm not even going to get into how bad that gets me, but that is a pet peeve of mine. Not cool. Number 5, be polite. If you're not interested in someone after chatting and you need to get a quick exit, say something like, oh, my friends just got here to pick me up. Or, oh, I got an Uber or Lyft waiting outside. Say whatever sounds truthful, not over the top, but also non-offensive. There are ways to leave a situation with being polite without having to give your business or give an explanation. But be polite, especially to someone that might be a potential partner in the future or a potential dating person. Easy. Not that hard, right? Number 6. Real life couples who met in real life can't advise online daters. Please, please, please ignore them and do you. The one thing I can't stand is someone trying to give me their 2 cents on my dating life and trying to compare my dating life to their dating life. Number 1, how I might have met my partner could be completely different how you met your partner. So don't compare your life to my life. And just because you're all booed up and you're happy doesn't necessarily mean your friend wants to be booed up and happy, or doesn't necessarily mean your friend wants you to help them. Everyone does things differently. Respect your friend's space. Respect. Real life couples who met in real life, please do not give advice to people who are doing online dating. And please do not make stupid comments like, well, instead of doing online dating, if you actually went out and you met someone in real life. No. Everyone has a system for themselves. Period. Number 7. Please play the field with caution. I don't even feel like I need to break that down for you, but there's always that 0.5% that you have to. So play the field with caution. That means for you other idiots, don't get caught dating a person that is friends with the other person. That means don't date a person and their friend and their friend and their friend and so on. Don't date more than 3 people at a time. 3 should be your top number. I've never dated 3 people ever at a time. I've honestly never dated. I've been in serious relationships, and that was it. But that's why I'm getting back into dating, because it's been 13 years. 13 long years since I have had a partner. So, as I said, play the field with caution. Don't get caught. Yeah, that means don't date people from the same neighborhood, same area. Keep them in different zip codes if possible. 8, take a clue. It's easy, guys. Just look for verbal and nonverbal clues from your potential love interest. Just look. You can look for nonverbal clues. It's not that hard. Number 9. This is just common courtesy and etiquette. On your first date, male and male, male and female, female and female, I don't care what you are, split the bill on the first date. If you can. Always offer. Don't expect someone to pay the bill on your first date. Whether they offered in the beginning, whether they offer at the end, still make that attempt. Always present your payment when that bill comes. Don't sit there and let them just take the check and place their credit card on it. Make sure that you see what you have purchased and you take care of your portion of the dinner, and make sure that you tip correctly. Number 10. Do not social media or real life stalk your potential interest. Okay, stalking, creepy. There are ways to find out information about someone without having to stalk them. Yes, okay, we all get it. We're all going to social media stalk a little bit at the beginning, but don't go too crazy. Keep it to their social media accounts. Looking at pictures, a little bit more information, that's cool. But when you're going to the extremes, trying to find someone's address, more information, brothers, sisters, all that stuff, that is considered stalking, y'all. Social media stalking is real. And real life stalking is real too. Don't always be showing up where this person frequents, whether it's a venue they go to, whether it's a coffee shop. Don't be showing up near their work. Just don't do it. It doesn't look good on you. It doesn't look good on anyone. And you might catch a charge and a restraining order. You've been warned. So please, number 10, do not social media or real life stalk potential interest. Well, that seems to be about everything I can tell you guys that I know about dating apps and online dating. So you can take that with a grain of salt and go forth with the information that I've given you, and hopefully have better days in dating. Questions, comments, hit my page. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to my episode 2 of my podcast, Chad T. Charles. Dating apps. Are they really for dating? Make sure you guys check out all my new podcasts. I post them every Monday night at midnight. Fresh for that rush hour drive to work the next Tuesday morning. And they are available for you to download at any time so you can catch up. Please like and share with as many people as possible that you feel would love the show. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for the show, if you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, anything, don't hesitate to go ahead and drop me a line, either on Twitter at my page, which is TEA Charles, Chatty Charles, or you guys can feel free to leave a message on my Facebook page, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 2, Dating Apps with Chatty Charles. That concludes the second episode, and we'll see you guys next week.